Ready?
We're ready, okay.
All right, you're all set. Floor is yours.
All right, right this way, please. I just wanted to point out a few things to you here. I'd like to start here at the window sticker because this particular Mazda 6 is the Grand Touring model. It does have the 4-cylinder in it with 170 horsepower and 167 foot-pounds of torque. The reason I chose this one for you is because you had mentioned you were looking for something with good fuel economy, okay? But first I want to start about the structural integrity of the vehicle. So we're going to start with the H-body construction system, okay? The H-body construction system basically is the frame of the vehicle. And the reason I'm bringing this to your attention is because you had mentioned to me about your car accident, and I just wanted to bring this to your attention because this is a whole lot better built today than it was built 10 years ago, okay? We use a high tensile steel in the vehicle, which is a stronger steel, more rigid, but lighter weight, okay? They add this high tensile steel to the impact areas where if you were to be in an accident or something, it would be more protective to you, okay? They put it here around the top, they put it down the sides of the doors, and they put it in the front of the vehicle as well. So that there is going to protect you and your family in the vehicle if you were to be in an impact of some kind of impact or whatever. But I want to step you around to the front of the car. Again, this one's got the 2.5 4-cylinder, 170 horsepower. Great engine, great fuel economy. You can expect to get 31 miles per gallon on the vehicle is what it says on the window sticker. The federal government has stepped in and had a lot of the manufacturers adjust these. I've heard people getting as good as 37 miles per gallon with this vehicle. So I thought that might be interesting to you based on your wants and needs of the gas mileage, okay? Everything underneath here is pretty clearly marked. There's really not a whole lot you need to do to the vehicle because they've got them set up now for about 100,000 miles before you have to really spend any money on the vehicle. They come with oil in them that lasts about 5,000 miles. This is synthetic oil, and every 5,000 miles you bring it back to the dealership here at Mazda, and they'll change the oil for you, rotate the tires, and take care of whatever 142-point inspection on the vehicle to make sure that it's up and running properly. Okay, I know you used our service department before, so yeah. I would imagine you probably use it again. And we do appreciate you coming back to see us after 10 years of buying a Mazda from us before. We do appreciate you coming back. So I think you're going to be impressed with this vehicle because it is a whole lot more. Not that your last vehicle wasn't a good vehicle, but it is a whole lot more, more fuel efficient, more safer, and more room as well. Okay, we use a disc brakes all the way around the car. Which gives you better stopping stability. We have an ABS system. What ABS system does now that your car didn't have before is it pulsates the brakes very quickly at 100 times per second, which allows the car to stop without you losing control of the vehicle, okay? So let's say you were on some wet pavement and something ran out in front of you and you had to stop quick. A lot of times if you would hit the brakes and it didn't have ABS, you would lose control of the car because the brakes would lock up. This keeps the brakes from locking up, which keeps the vehicle easy to steer, okay? We have traction control system. A traction control system basically designed to, if the wheel was to slip on the vehicle, it lowers the horsepower of the engine and also that you don't lose control of the vehicle as well. So it's great features so that it keeps you from getting into an accident like you did before, right. Okay? All right, if we can step around the side of the vehicle this way. This particular car happens to have a technology package on it. So with the technology package, you get these Xeon headlights on the front here. Most cars come with a halogen headlight. The nice thing about this headlight is it lasts 5 times longer than a halogen headlight lasts. So this car is going to last this headlight will last you an extremely long time, probably a lifetime, as long as you go in the vehicle. One other thing that it does is it's got leveling in it, so the lights can level up and down. So say you're up in the mountains and you're driving and you're going around a curve, the lights level so that they don't stay at a constant space. It moves with the way the car moves. So that's kind of a nice feature. It gives you more visibility as you're driving down the road. Okay. We have nitrogen in all of our tires. Nitrogen, what that does to the vehicle is it takes a lot of the, if you were to put regular air in your car, you would have a lot of water molecules in your vehicle, in the tires. And what that does is that allows the tire to expand and contract as the heat and the cold comes. So with the nitrogen in your tire, what this does is it keeps the tire at a more constant pressure, so you don't have that issue with the tire expanding and contracting, which makes it safer for you to drive down the road. Okay? One of the things I want to point out to you here is these mirrors. These have blind spot monitoring systems in it. It's something that Mazda has that nobody else has. What it does is as you're driving down the road and you're getting ready to change from this lane to this lane, there's some lights right here, and if somebody was right alongside you, the lights would go on, allowing you to know that you're not able to pull on over. If you were to put your turning signal on, it would beep inside the car, allowing you to know that, hey, wait a few minutes until the car passes. So this is an extremely, extremely impressive thing. This is something that Mazda's come out with, and not too many competitors out there have this product at all. So that's what I love about this car the most, because it's got a lot of safety features on it. Okay. We've got 17-inch wheels on this car, and they're aluminum wheels. One thing I want to point out here is the keyless entry here. You got this button here. You don't even need to take this out of your pocket. You can keep this in your pocket. Your wife could keep it in her purse. It's a nice safety feature. You walk up to the car, you hit this button, the door automatically beeps. It locks and unlocks. So the nice thing about it is, well, if I can get it to work here. Maybe I got walked away from a minute or something. What it does is that there's no need to have the remote out. It opens and closes the doors, okay? Another thing with the technology package is you got the memory seat. You know, you mentioned you and your wife are going to be driving the vehicle. That's why I like this package, because it gives you package 1 and number 2, number 3. Them are settings for the seat. You know, your wife's a little bit shorter, so she's probably got to get in and adjust the seat all the time. All she's got to do with this particular vehicle is set her seating, program it to number 1 or number 2, and every time she gets in and out of the vehicle, she's going to be set, and the seat's going to automatically adjust right to that setting. Okay? As I mentioned to you before, the blind spot monitoring system, you can turn it on or you can turn it off. Over here you got your traction control, your info, and this is your headlights for adjusting the lights up and down. Okay? You got an 8-way power seat on the driver's side, and you'll also have a power seat on the passenger side with the technology package, which is nice. Okay? You had mentioned about Bluetooth. I wanted to bring this to your attention because this is the nicest feature. Now when you're talking on the phone, you don't have to be dialing your phone. You can just sit in the car, hit this button, keep your eyes on the road, keep your hands on the steering wheel, and you can talk to whoever you want to talk to with just a push of a button on your steering wheel. It's a great feature. You don't have to worry about digging your phone out, dialing numbers or whatever. It's all voice commanded. Okay? We're going to move around here to the back of the vehicle. In the back of the vehicle, you said your 2 children will be riding back here most likely. I wanted to point out the 3-point safety belt seats. These are the safest safety belts on the market today. It's got 3 points. It comes from up here, it goes over the lap, so it's a shoulder and lap safety seat belt, okay? Also, if you ever happen to be having any children in car seats in the car, you've got these tow hooks here that you can plug in there, so it locks the seats down, so the car seat isn't going to go anywhere, which is a great feature, okay? Back here also, we've got, why don't you have a seat in there for just a second? I just wanted you to feel the room back here, and the reason I say that is because our competition is the Honda Accord and the Toyota Camry, and we have a lot more legroom in the back seat of the Mazda 6 than the Accord has, and we also have a lot more horsepower in our car than the Honda Accord has too. So I wanted you to get a feel of what it felt like back here, because I know that you owned the Mazda before and you like the Mazda, but I just wanted to make sure I hit on all the things that have been upgraded since you've owned your last Mazda. Right. Okay. Also, while you're back, we got the Bose stereo system in here as well. We offer a 10-speaker Bose stereo system with a subwoofer in here as well. Great sound, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it and your family enjoy it when you take them trips. Okay? We put a safety latch inside the car to open up the gas door here. The reason that we do that is because that way nobody can get into your gas tank, put something in your gas tank, and nobody can steal your gas as well. So there's a little door inside here that pops open your gas tank, something that you didn't have before. Just want to show you what it looks like. That way there, you got your gas tank that's locked at all times. The only one that can get it open is if you got keys and you're inside the car. Right. Okay? Back here to the back. You know, your son's in sports and stuff, you got a lot of stuff to haul around. I wanted to make sure I got a car that had a lot of room in the back, okay? This trunk is enormous. Basically, you got some straps here that you can pull, and it releases the seats in the back here, which fold down. So if your son and you were going to a hockey game or something, you had some hockey sticks or whatever, you got plenty of room. It's a 60-40 seat, so you can put stuff on the one side and yet still have somebody sitting in the back of the seat as well, okay? I like the way they designed this here when you come in and out of the trunk. They covered it all up in plastic. And the reason that they do that is you go to the airport, you grab your suitcase and you yank it on out of the trunk. The last thing you need doing is tearing tearing your suitcase, putting a hole in it, getting some grease on it. So they wrap this really nice with this plastic cover so you don't have to worry about ruining your luggage, okay? They also put these struts on here. If you notice, these struts are on top of the trunk instead of inside the trunk. A lot of cars have them bars that go down inside the car. That loses a lot of space in your trunk. So with this particular car, they put them up on top here so that you have more room inside your trunk. I think that's a great feature that Mazda's done. I also like the trunk here where they put the spare tire. This slips up here. And they hide it down there. It is a smaller tire, and the reason that they do the smaller tire is because they want to make the vehicle lighter to get you better fuel economy. Nice thing about this is this vehicle comes with roadside assistance. So what that says is basically you're down the road driving and your car breaks down, the battery goes dead, you run out of gas, something breaks on the car, you call Mazda roadside assistance and they'll come out to help you. There's no charge for it for the first 3 years, 36,000 miles. So that's a great feature to have. If you have AAA, cancel it because this is the exact same thing and you're just be wasting your money spending it on AAA when you've already got it on this car. Okay? Alright, we can walk around this way here. I've showed you the back seat here. I was willing to sit you here in the passenger seat. So this is where you or your wife would, depending on who's driving. I wanted you to see that you have the power seat on this package too, as well. Okay? Which is nice. They designed these new air conditioning things here so that these can be turned 360 degrees so that it could defrost the windows much quicker than the older vehicles years ago. A lot of times before they only went so far. These turn 360 degrees so that you can get the best defrost the quickest. Okay? As far as the stereo goes, there's the Bose system. We also have the screen here that you can touch the screen as well to adjust the stereo or change the stations. You got dual climate control, and another feature that Mazda's put on this particular package is the push button start. I wanted to point that out because not too many competitors out there have push button start to begin with at all, and on this technology package that you do. So also you have the heated seats here as well, so when it gets cold out, or if you're up in the mountains or you go north, you still have something to keep yourself warm, because them seats heat up the car a whole lot quicker than the heat does. Okay, great. All right.